Hey guys, we're back at it with part two of the beginner's tutorial or early game guide. We're going to go ahead and just go through probably the next, this video is probably going to be the next 20 minutes or so of kind of important details. So I'm just going to go ahead and power through these missions as we've been talking about. And whenever I encounter a mission that seems like it might be valuable for me to talk about, I'll go ahead and unpause the video and kind of get back in with you. But for right now, we're going to focus on progressing our missions. Um, and we're lifting off right after part one, so nothing has happened in this account. We're in the exact same place. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that now, and then I will see you guys in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and do the Catacombs of Narbuk on normal, all the way up to stage 7. Be right back. Okay guys, real quick coming back to you. So I cleared one of the stages of the Catacombs, and it says that I've unlocked the classic arena. So, if you're interested, you can go ahead and do this now. You can go ahead and dive into the arena and start using some of your arena tokens and just kind of having fun with that. Again, I'm going to wait until the mission sends me there because I know that the mission's going to go and ask me to go, defeat 5 teams or whatever it will be. So I'm going to do that in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it and come back once I'm done with this mission. Okay, so we have completed the stage 7 of Catacombs. It's given us a rare skill tome, which is fantastic. We're going to pump that into Elhain. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the missions to see what we need to do next. Upgrade a rare attack type champion with the skill tome. Okay, fantastic. Now we did that in part 1, but it's still valuable to remember. Do not use any skill tomes that are other than the rarity of your champion. So only rare skill tomes and rare champions, only epic and epic, only legendary and legendary. We don't ever break that rule because you will have many sad days afterwards of kind of beating yourself up if you do that. So we're going to go ahead and toss our skill tomes into Elhain. We're going to increase some of her damage, it looks like. She's going to be hitting a bit harder for us. And yeah, that's awesome. That's what we want her to do. She's there for damage. Now let's take a look at our missions. Looks like we're getting some arena refills for our tokens. That's awesome. Get a referral link. So that's just going to go to the referral here, and it's going to go ahead and attach a referral link to our clipboard. One thing that I will note for any new players, if you need help with referral links, like say for example you're playing on a mobile phone and you really want to get this champion, Jamarsa, right? Level 10, your 3 referral accounts have to get to level 10. If you want Jamarsa, join the Discord. And I keep on repeating this, I'm happy to create referral accounts for people. It takes all of 10 minutes for me to do 3 referral accounts to level 10. Because I can create 3 accounts and toss them in blue stacks, sync up the operations, and then before you know it, you have Jamarsa. So if that's something you're interested in me helping out with, just let me know. I'm always happy to do that for you. So we're going to go ahead and click on the referral link. We've done that. We have completed our referral link mission, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Now it wants us to fight in Classic Arena 3 times. So this is the first time we've entered Arena on this account, so we're going to go ahead and do that together. Okay. Arbiter's going to give us a little bit of a tutorial. This is Classic Arena, where you can compete against other players 4 versus 4. Basic arena play is split into 2 types, offense and defense, so that's pretty straightforward. Once you set your arena team defense, that team will fight against other players. So it's essentially like you're creating your team, and then other players will, go through the pages of players and pick who they want to fight. And if they fight you, they get to fight the team you created. Okay, so we already know that we're going to be doing some arena fights, and this tells us where our ranking is. We get this up, and then we go into the next bronze 2, then bronze 3, then bronze 4, and then silver. Okay, so it wants us to go ahead and set a champion for defense. Now, we're going to go ahead and just put in our main 4 players, main 4 characters. We're going to go ahead and put in Elhain, Talia, War Priest, and Sniper. These are our main 4 that we are planning to actually use, and so they will be in our defense currently. Okay, and we completed a challenge, but we are going to wait to claim that until we're done with our mission. So we're going to go back into Classic Arena. And here's the major thing that's important for new players to keep in mind. Player power has a huge impact early game, right? A lot of times we can determine, okay, if my player power is above 3,000, I'm almost definitely going to win, right? That's typically how new arena fights work for new players. So we'll go ahead and go into this first one, and we'll put our team in here. Our team power is it's over 9,000. That's actually pretty funny. So we've got that. And we're going to go ahead and click on Start on Auto because, again, if we need to take it off auto, that's fine. But the way we've built our champs, we can feel confident, right? And we've only built Elhain so far, so and War Priest. So we're feeling okay, though. So we're going to go ahead and enter this. And anytime you enter a new set of combat or a new set of content, it's always going to go back to that ×1. We say ×2, of course. And there we go. That's our first arena win. Fantastic. Now, I think it said that it wanted us to win 5 arena battles, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I believe it was 5. And you can see Elhain's doing the work here again, so we'll continue to kind of stress how important that starter champion is, right? If we were to diverge and start dumping resources into other champions, we would quickly notice that we get outpaced by the other accounts, right? So if we were to play up against a rank 4 Elhain, it would absolutely destroy our entire team because these starter champions have really decent damage multipliers, right? They are intended to be your primary source of damage in the early game. Okay, great. So we've completed the mission, and you can see it's given us some Minotaur scrolls, some mastery scrolls. So we'll go ahead and claim those. It wants us to unlock a mastery for any champion. Now, because we've unlocked Talia, the masteries have went directly to her. If we didn't have Talia, they would go to Elhain. So it'll essentially just go to whoever's in this first place here. So it's going to go to an epic, or it's going to go to whoever you have first. So it would have been Elhain had Talia not been here. The masteries for both of these champions are going to be identical, almost completely identical, except for the very last damage talent. And that's not really relevant to where we're at now. But so we'll go ahead and unlock 1 mastery. You can only ever choose 2 columns of masteries. So you can do like offense and defense, or you can do offense and support, or you can do defense and support. You can only ever choose a combination of 2. But because Talia is a damage dealer, we're going to go ahead and give her increased crit rate. Any champions that need to do damage are going to have this increased crit rate. That's almost like universal, almost entirely universal. You're always going to have this crit rate. It's significantly better than the increased attack. So unless it's a very niche situation, you can feel pretty comfortable choosing the increase crit rate by 5%. Okay. Now, since Talia, let's check out Talia's abilities again, make sure we're doing everything correct. So Talia does the attack 3 times. She does the increased attack, increased crit rate. She'll place a bomb only if Finax is on the team, right? And then she also does the chance of placing a weaken. Let's see, on 2 enemies for 2 turns. So this is interesting, and it can potentially confuse some new players. So when we talk about needing to land debuffs, we would talk about the importance of accuracy, right? Since she has she's not actually doing an attack. You see here it just says has a chance of placing weaken. If it said first attacks all enemies and then places weaken, then we would need to worry about accuracy. Since it doesn't say that, it just says has a chance of placing weaken without ever attacking anyone, we don't actually need accuracy for this ability. So that's kind of interesting, and that could potentially confuse new players. So just typically you're going to use accuracy if you're landing debuffs. Now for this A2, because if we had Finax, we would need accuracy, right? Because she's attacking first and then placing bombs. So we're going to go ahead and go down the support tree and grab accuracy, just in case we end up getting Finax later on. And for kill, any champions that land like decreased defense, like Gallic, you would definitely need the accuracy. Okay. All right, so that completes that mission. And clear stage 1 or higher of Minotaur's Labyrinth. Now, Minotaur's Labyrinth is where we would go to acquire those mastery scrolls. A lot of new players can kind of mess this up. So you might think to yourself, oh, there's five spots here, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring in, food champions to level up, so that way I can kind of continue progressing my account. You only ever want to bring champions that you plan on keeping and using long term into the Minotaur, because the masteries are not refundable, right? So like if we got a bunch of masteries on this common champion here, those masteries stay with him forever. And only one champion per run can get masteries. So let's do this. Let's put Elhain, Talia. We know we're going to keep these two champions. Like, we know without a shadow of a doubt we're keeping these two champions. War Priest, we're going to go ahead and keep using. Sniper, we're going to go ahead and keep using. But that's all. We're not going to bring Crusader in, even though there's a fifth spot, because we're going to feed Crusader. We're going to feed him, like, no doubt about it. So we're not going to go ahead and put a chance that he gets masteries in here. All right. And again, it'll reset to 2 times. Oh, okay, good. It didn't reset. It kept the from the arcane keep. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and whenever it's done, I'll bring us back. Okay, guys, I unpaused it for just a second because I noticed that we have unlocked the Great Hall. This is super crucial and is by far one of the biggest things that a lot of new players just totally ignore, and it can kind of bite you in the butt later, and you'll wish you had paid more attention to it. So if we just read the basic tutorial text, spend medals earned in Classic Arena to unlock powerful bonuses, right? So we are actually going to go ahead and, typically I say we're going to skip this and come back to it, but I think it's really, really important that we emphasize this. So we're going to go ahead and go here. You see, it tells us to go to the Great Hall, and it has all these different bonuses kind of just listed, right? And you can kind of ask yourself, like, well, what should I focus on? There's so many different options. Do I want to increase HP, attack, defense, crit damage, resist, accuracy? And truthfully, experienced players who've played this game for over 3 years, they know the answer is almost always you should start with accuracy. Accuracy is by far one of the most important stats in this game that it is overlooked by new players time and time and time again, right? If you do not have the accuracy to land debuffs like weaken, decrease defense, decrease accuracy, decrease speed, all of the majorly important debuffs in this game, if you don't have the accuracy, then you might as well not bring the champion in a lot of cases. So going ahead and upgrading your accuracy as a starter is a phenomenal idea. Now you can see earlier we won 3 arenas and we've got 3 of our tokens here. So obviously as we continue to progress the account, we're going to get a lot more tokens to spend, and we'll even have a challenge later on that'll tell us to put 1 in attack, but we're really going to focus on accuracy. And because a lot of your starter champions are going to be focused on magic, the blue affinity, we're going to be pumping our medals into the magic affinity. But we'll do that once that time comes. I cannot stress it enough. Make sure you guys are paying attention to your arena refills, your arena tokens up here at the top. Try not to just let them sit at 10 all day long. Go ahead and do some easy battles. Get yourself some medals. That way you can use those in the Great Hall. And so let's go ahead and go back to our mission. Check out what we're doing there. Clear stage 1 or higher. So we needed to do one more time. We cleared stage 1 super easily, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can do stage 2. Hopefully we can, and I will be back soon. Okay, we are back. It looks like we're about to clear stage 2 with ease. No real risk of losing this one. Let's see who the masteries go to. Looks like the mastery scrolls went to Sniper, which is fine, right? We plan on using Sniper. We'll probably take her up to level 40 for Faction Wars. She's going to be really useful for us, so no worries there. Now let's go back to the Bastion, and we'll continue just to hit escape whenever we see those ads. I think hitting escape is by far the fastest way to deal with those ads, if you have a keyboard. So, alright, so we've done that. Earn 3 stars on every stage in Arnach Castle on normal difficulty. So you can already see that we've earned 13 stars from Arnach Castle just from doing it earlier in part 1 of our video series here. So we can go back to this and see which ones haven't been 3-starred yet. So stage 4 hasn't been 3-starred, stage 5 hasn't, stage 6 hasn't, stage 7 hasn't. Now we didn't die in any of these stages. It's only giving us 1 star because when we click here, Because we used more than well, maybe someone did die. Who knows? But either way, we have to use 2 or fewer champions, and we have to have no losses. So we'll go ahead and put in our Talia. We know these 2 are kind of our strongest champs right now, and we'll go ahead and get this done. So I'll be back after I 3-star all of these stages and then complete the next mission. Alright, we are coming back. We are about to finish our last 3-star for the stage. Looks like we have done it. Great. Now, I'm going to highlight something real quick for you guys because whenever I take over, whenever I do account takeovers for new players, something I always notice and I always kind of have to bring to their attention is if we exit out of this and we kind of go back to our campaign screen, we can see here on the bottom, right down on the bottom, there's collect, collect, collect. And it's because we're earning these stars that are listed here, right? 47 of 45, so we'll go ahead and collect that, collect that, collect that, and then it gives us another banner of rewards, right? So eventually we're going to get to 252 stars by 3-starring all of these stages, and then we're going to get this awesome Void Shard, which is super exciting. Void Shards are great. So I just wanted to bring y'all's attention to that. So just keep an eye on this. Make sure you're collecting your free rewards so that way you're not missing out, right? Alright, we are back in our missions. We've earned 3 stars on every Carol Castle. Win one of each type of life artifact from clearing Carol Castle. So if you remember from part 1, I mentioned that we are going to have to gather some more artifacts from Carol Castle because of that mission. And I intentionally waited to do this challenge here where it says win 3 weapons, win 3 helmets, win 3 shields. This is worth doing, right? It's not asking us to do anything absurd. It just wants us to go and win 5 of these different items, right? So that's what we're going to do. So while I'm completing that mission, I'm also going to go ahead and knock out this challenge. Okay, so I'll be back after that. Okay, I came back just to mention I've unlocked Faction Wars, right? And Faction Wars is absolutely going to be important for our progression. This is how we unlock glyphs, and glyphs increase our substats to our gear. As we know in this game, substats are super important. Any way we can improve the healing, damage, survivability of our champions, we want to do that. So Faction Wars is going to be crucial for our success. But because we're hyper-focused on completing missions, we're not going to do it until we're done with this mission where we have to get the Carol Castle artifacts. But we will certainly, before reset, right? We want to do it before reset because every day the Faction Wars crypts, they change. So before reset, we will come in here and do this to make sure we're getting our free rewards, our free glyphs. Okay, so I'll be back after we get all those artifacts for the Carol Castle mission and for the challenge. Okay, it looks like we have unlocked another feature in the game. You know, with all new games, or with all games, new players are going to unlock a lot of features really quick, and it can be super overwhelming. So that's kind of the nice thing about this video series is hopefully as I encounter new features, I can kind of give you guys a quick rundown on those features and explain the importance of them. So hopefully it doesn't feel too overwhelming for you. So the Guardian Ring is actually a really new feature that they implemented probably within the last 6-8 months or so. Essentially, it gives us a way to use our duplicate champions rather than them just sitting in our vault or using them to empower, which kind of feels bad, right? Like sometimes an epic champion doesn't necessarily equate to an epic skill tome, and so it's nice to be able to use these duplicates in a way that's beneficial. So as far as the faction guardians go, this is helpful because, like, say for example I had 2 Elhanes, then I can go into the faction guardians and I can go ahead and increase the stats of my Elhane, right? So we're going to go ahead and go to faction guardians, and then we're going to go to high elves because Elhane's a high elf, and we can see here rare high elf guardians. Now you don't have to have 2 Elhanes in order to empower or in order to increase the stats of Elhane. You could have any set of 2 high elves here, and then a set of 2 high elves here. They just have to be duplicate champions, right? So it could be Elhane and Elhane. So you can do that. Now, something to keep in mind, because a lot of confusion happens here. If you were to use, 10 rare champions here, it would not increase the stats of your epic champions. and the epics would not increase the stats of your rares. So these are 100% isolated stat bonuses. So it's not like if I had all three of these columns or all three of these stat boosts, it wouldn't give me, 3 plus 6 is 9. It wouldn't give me 19 speed total, right? It would just give me 3 stat bonus for Apothecary, 6 stat bonus for Tyrell, and so on. So that's something to keep in mind. But early game we're using a lot of rares, so it could certainly be valuable to get the bonuses for the champions that you're using. Okay, so that's the Faction Guardians. Unless you're a Well or a Kraken or someone who spends a lot of money, you're very unlikely going to be using this Empower feature. This is for very, very, very in-game players who are trying to increase stats of the most powerful champions in the game. Like you're going to have the Platinum Arena nukers at +4, right? You're going to have +4 Trundos and Necrots and stuff. Unbind champions. This is also a feature that's only going to be used as an incredibly in-game player. And then, of course, the token trader, which you would receive from unbinding legendary duplicates, you can then go in here and purchase. Again, incredibly in-game, something that we're not even going to pay attention to. These three do not matter for us as early game, new players, or any of the sort. Faction Guardians, 100%. This is going to have an impact on your account very early. The other feature is the sparring pit here. Now, we're not going to worry about spending gems on our sparring pit until we're about mid-game, okay? So we're not going to spend these gems on this until about mid-game. We are going to go ahead and select a champion. We are going to go ahead and just start leveling up some food, right? We're going to go ahead and put in a champion. In 26 minutes, we'll be able to come back to the sparring pit and level up this champion to level 2, and then in 30 minutes we'll come back and do it again, right? So that's what I wanted to mention. Now I will pause it again until we have completed the mission and challenges for the Arnach Castle. Okay, we are back. We have finally completed the mission. You'll notice that these missions do take a little while, especially if you're doing the challenge at the same time, right? Which is okay. I probably only used 50 to 60 energy total. But it's nice to go ahead and knock these out along with the challenges, because we don't want to have to necessarily be bouncing back and forth to complete these challenges, and later on we'll be getting some epic skill tomes from doing these. So it's nice to go ahead and knock them out at the same time. So you can see we've done all of the challenges for Arnach Castle. Oh, we've got one more. Let's see if we can get lucky and knock that out in one try. If not, I'll go ahead and pause the video. So for Arnach Castle, it told us we needed one more set of boots. I've just got 3 damage dealers in there. There's no way any of them's going to die. So I'm just trying to make the run as quick as possible. Okay. So we're clearing through here pretty easily. And again, keep in mind, I've only done the missions that tell me to gear up Elhain and War Priest. So these two literally have 0 gear on. Because I'm doing this just to show you, if you were to just focus on one champion, you would still get the job done. So we are done with that quest now. Equip another champion with 6 life artifacts. So we'll do that, but we're going to go ahead and claim our juicy rewards from the challenges. And then we'll claim our skill tome. Now, now we are on part 2 of the challenges for this, and it's going to just tell us to equip some different attack champions, or equip attack type champions with offense set. We actually fulfilled this by equipping the Elhain with those attack sets, and so we've got it done here again. Okay. And then it's going to tell us to go ahead and win weapons, helms, shields, gauntlets, chestplates, boots, and then an overall 5 artifacts for the sewers of Arnach. Now, in order for this last one to be done, we're going to have to equip another champion with all 3 offense sets, because our Elhain has a broken set, right? Because we're using lifesteal. And I'm just truthfully, I'm not willing to part ways with the lifesteal piece of gear here. We could obviously go ahead and remove it and then equip the attack boots, But we have enough gear to probably be able to go ahead and just toss some gear on Talia, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and just put some attack gear on Talia. So we're going to use the best gear that we have. Alright, so we've got a 3-star epic attack piece there. We've got a helm here. We're going to go ahead and use it. We've got a 3-star shield. We've got defense percent is obviously not what we're wanting to work with, but we'll take it just because we need to go ahead and have the 3 sets on just to complete that challenge. And again, accuracy not what we need, but we'll go ahead and equip it. And of these 2 pieces, they're both not super ideal, but we'll take the one that has the HP percent. So we'll just do that. And as you can see, we've completed the challenge. So we've got that done. Now what we're going to do next is focus on the equip a champion with 6 life artifacts, and that's going to be the second champion. Now we've got War Priest who already has a full set of the life artifacts, and we're not really planning on equipping any other champion that has an attack type with life artifacts. So we're going to go ahead and just toss them on Commander. Commander is a decent champion. We'll keep Commander for Faction Wars. And sorry about the noise, guys. So we're going to go ahead and just toss some life artifacts on them and go ahead and go from there. So we'll do that. Let's see. Some gloves. We're okay with these gloves. We'll just take the highest ranking, the highest star artifacts we can. Let's see. Of these, we'll take this, and we'll do some boots as well. Let's see. We'll just take these defense percent boots. Okay, so that mission is complete. And then we've got equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offense artifacts of level 8 or higher. Now, for this one, it might be ideal to go ahead and use the trick where we can trade the gear. So let me go ahead and go here. Rare type champion, attack type champion with 6 offense artifacts, level 8 or higher. So let's see. We'll see what boots we have here. We'll go ahead and upgrade these to level 8. Just so that way we can go ahead and complete this quest. So I'll be right back after this, and I'm going to try to get my kids to quiet down just a smidgen. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I actually was able to confirm something. So this says equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offense artifacts of level 8 or higher. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, we could go ahead and just, take off the lifesteal piece and put on the last offense piece, but that's kind of annoying, and you'd have to spend the silver to take it off. So obviously, preferably, we'd like to not do that. So it looks like this is obviously the only level 8 piece of gear that Elhain has on. It looks like the mission has registered that as the 1 of 6. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and knock this out, upgrade all these to level 8, and when I'm done upgrading all of them to level 8, I will be back. Talk to you soon. Alright, we have come back and we have upgraded all of Elhain's artifacts to level 8, which is fantastic. And we confirmed that that did indeed work for the piece of lifesteal gear. So we're going to go ahead and claim that. Earn 3 stars on every stage in Sewers of Arnach. Okay, so nothing too major there. We can certainly knock that out. Now, one thing to be mindful of, we are starting to get to the point where we'll potentially need to go ahead and rank up Elhain, right? So when Elhain hits level 30, she's going to be fully maxed out. She will not be able to receive experience anymore from the campaign or the dungeon or whatever we're completing, right? Now, in order to get her to be rank 4, we'll have to sacrifice 3 rank 3 chickens, okay? Now, in gacha games, we call things chickens because they're food, right? So like we could level up whatever commons or uncommons that we don't want to keep. Crusader is going to be a chicken for us. Commander we're actually going to keep because Commander's a really strong uncommon. She has this amazing ability. The A1's not too bad. It's a little stun, right? But this ability is actually really strong. Heals an ally with lowest HP by 40%. So you want to build her with high HP. You want to try to stack HP gear on her. Completely fills the turn meter if the ally is fully healed. So imagine you have her going after Elhain. Elhain has a little bit of damage taken. She heals Elhain, and then Elhain has 100% turn meter after that. So you can actually use Commander in a lot of really interesting ways. So that's our plan. We're going to go ahead and utilize that. Crusader is going to be food. Duelist is going to be food. So we definitely need to rank them up to rank 3. And then we'll probably go ahead and take up this this fella here. So that's our plan. We'll go ahead and go into the sewers of Arnach, and we'll go ahead and start farming up food, right? So we've got our main champion who's going to be doing all the damage, who's going to be kind of just, you know, blowing over the waves. We're going to put in our food champions, right? So we've got these two, and now since he's in the sparring pit, we can't actually pull him out. So what we'll do is we'll just put in this person, and our goal is to kind of farm this until we have these guys at the maximum level. Oh, I apologize. I made a mistake just now. So we have to get rank 3 for our missions, right? So in order to do that, we have to have no one die, and we have to do it with 2 or fewer champions. So in order to do that, we are actually going to go ahead and just bring Crusader. If Crusader starts to die and kind of slows our runs down, then we'll actually end up pulling him out and just doing the mission kind of guidelines of beat it and get 3 stars. But we'll do this one run real quick. We shouldn't have too many problems. If we don't kill the waves completely, they do have a chance to attack Crusader and could potentially kill him since he doesn't have any gear. But we'll see. Okay. Let's take a look here. Hey, what's up, bud? Can you have my phone? I don't know where my phone is, bud. There we go. So we've got our 3 stars, and we will keep on trucking. Now, as long as Crusader doesn't die, we'll go ahead and pull him through on all of these. I'll probably put Talia in here just because Fushan can probably kill Crusader. But I'll come back to you guys after that, and then that will be the last mission complete for this video because we want to aim for around the 30 minutes. So talk to you guys soon. Okay, we have cleared the last stage of Sewers of Arnach with Talia and Elhain. So our plan is we will end the video here. If you found any of this helpful, or if you just enjoy the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. I will release videos every single day, at least one a day. I'm really enjoying this. It's kind of a fun hobby, and Lacey, you know, me and her, we stream a lot of times together on twitch.tv/MaxTornado, so you can join us there. And you can obviously join our Discord. It's called the Bastion, and we have a bunch of friendly players in there that are just kind of enjoying the game and giving each other feedback. And yeah, it's just a super friendly community. So the hope is that we can continue to grow the community. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we have enough subscribers to get the content creator perks, where we can give away gems to all of the people who helped us get here. We can do those kind of giveaways and stuff. So that's really cool. Again, I am not going to play this account without recording the milestones, so I won't play this off of the recording, and I'll continue to just kind of, you know, track this so that way any new player can see me go step by step through all the different milestones of the game, and hopefully that will be valuable. Please check out the other videos that I've put out, and I always welcome feedback and comments in the comment section. So much love for you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great week. It's Sunday night at the end of this recording, so I hope your week is fantastic, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, guys.